episode. I just have to introduce team opposition, state and define the motion, and argue under the topics knowledge is not equal to implementation, parents are concerned about their children's road safety, and road safety education program lag reinforcement. As the second speaker, we have Dr. Bene, who will remind the House of the problem statement, present rebuttals, and further emphasize on our arguments as team opposition while giving our solutions. And as the third speaker, we have Rotonwa Ramudumisi, who will remind the House of the problem statement as well, sum up our case as team opposition, rebut team proposition, and tell you why we know, as from in secondary, we should win today's competition. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're all gathered here today because of one main motion. A motion that states the road safety education programs in schools contribute positively to the reduction of road crashes or fatalities. Now, as to opposition, we define the motion as the following. In terms of road safety education programs, these are programs like the Safe to School, Safe to Home, Child Safe, and Arrive Alive that aim at teaching children, especially individuals as well, how to navigate their way on the road as pedestrians, cyclists, and even passengers. Then in terms of the term that says contributing positively, this implies that these programs have an impact and have a measurable and beneficial impact, like reducing the number of road accidents through increased awareness and behavioral change. Then lastly, we have the term reduction of road crashes. Now this means there is a decrease in the seriousness of road crashes involving vehicles, involving people, and involving passengers. Now that the motion has been defined, we can confidently say, as team opposition, we are against the motion. Now hear us and hear us well. Number one, we are not against road safety education. Number two, we are not against road safety education programs. We are against the idea of road safety education programs having an impact on the reduction of road crashes or fatalities. Now that the motion has been defined, I can finally get to my first argument, which is knowledge is not equal to application. An article written by Mpoye Senzo shows that a study was conducted in Pumalanga that had a number of 19 schools. And the school that stood out the most was Muloto Primary School in Muloto Village. Now the key findings from this school is that the children from Muloto Village Primary theoretically know what to do in terms of road safety, but they actually don't do it. They don't do it because the community's unsafe road use behavior clearly undermines all the road safety skills they learn as children and they learn from these programs. Now remember what I said earlier, knowledge is not equal to application. And this study is the proof of that because the Muloto Primary School learners clearly know about road safety education, but they do not implement it because of the reasons of the community. Now moving on to my second argument, since the second speaker will further emphasize, the National Road Safety Strategy of 2016 to 2030 highlights the importance of multi-stakeholder partnership. Now this comes into the argument that says parents are concerned about their children's road safety. Now these programs fail to implement these principles. They leave parents and guardians out of the equation and they don't tailor to their content and they don't tailor to the actual infrastructure and the socio-economic conditions that learners face. The main point is the problem is not road safety education programs. The problem is that the programs don't include the major stakeholders in a child's journey, which is the parents and the guardians. Because according to the Child Safe organization, in developing areas like Soweto, the parents are doing the best they can, like walking their children to school and arranging transport. But the road safety education program rarely consult with these parents, which makes them less effective. Now moving on to my last argument, which goes as follows. According to Ebbingham's forgetting principle, people forget about 75% of the new information they learn within a few days if it is not enforced. This goes into the argument that says if something is not